This edition of the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of Grandma's recipes, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit PictureThisPhotoBooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bringing your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundCrab Studios. Visit online at soundcrabstudios.com for all you need. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@soundcrabstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Book, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at a wedding, and even more so at yours. Who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs, huh? Well, the holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift for remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift for Grandma's recipes or just because, those smiles and tears will just melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw, Picture This Photo Books at 646-798-0809 or visit PictureThisPhotoBooks.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books. Bring your memories back to life. The whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show on over 30 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today, and check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise at themikewagnershow.com. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and a lot more. Makes great gifts year-round. And don't forget to check out the Mian Mohsen Zia store on Amazon for great both time missing, once, and wrinkles, and for cool merchandise like T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, and a lot more. Amazon.com/Mian Mohsen Zia. Check it out today. And also don't forget to show your support at the Mike Wagner Show.com and make sure you click donate, and also support us on Anchor FM/support and also on PayPal, and make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific author who's currently in Boise, Idaho, and she's got a really good story to tell. She left home at 17, got pregnant at 19, married at 22, and living a hippie lifestyle. And she's making a case for progressively bettering yourself, which I strive to do. And of course, recognizing and celebrating fulfillment and happiness, and setting out on the road towards another goal. So, and she'll be talking about a book which provides tools to embark the quest and determine of your why, what, and how. Of course, she'll be answering some of those questions. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Boise, the very multi-talented and author of the book, Life Mastery, Personal Progression Toward an Infinite Potential, Sherry Sterling Fernandez. Sherry, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on board as well, too. So you have a really interesting story. You left home at 17, you got pregnant at 19, you got married at 22 and living a hippie lifestyle. And you're making a case for progressively bettering yourself and recognizing and celebrating fulfillment of happiness and setting out on a road towards another goal. And it's basically life's journey. And you also have a book that provides the keys to embark the quest and determine your what, why, and how. And we'll be covering all that. And the book is called Life Mastery, Personal Progression Towards an Infinite Potential. And before we get into all that, Sherry, tell us how you first got started.
I got started in my let me just a little bit back before that. I was a little girl. I just thought I had this dreamer. I was a loner and a dreamer. And I just thought I was going to have all great things in life, but I didn't know what they were. I just knew there were some great things out there. And I kind of lost that a little bit along the way. And then when I got married and settled down, kind of left that sex, drugs, and rock and roll kind of.
Oh, yeah. We went through all that. You can thank Ian, those stupid blockheads out there.
Right. Yeah, that wasn't really working for me too well. Anyway, so I settled down and I thought I wanted everything. I just wanted, I'd wasted my time for education. My husband had the same lifestyle, right? We didn't have anything. We had another baby pretty soon after we got married. So these two little girls, but we loved each other. I had not planned to get married because my own parents' marriages were not very good. But then I wanted the best marriage possible. But I thought, I don't just want the very best marriage possible. I want to be able to have these babies and still have a really sexy, great body. And I don't want a ceiling on my finances. At this point, we can barely put food on the table, mind you. I mean, really struggling financially. But I thought I want to live where you don't have to budget to buy the washing machine, right? If you I want to take a trip, I can go. I can do what I want to do. And I wanted a beautiful home, and I wanted to be the education that I missed. I didn't miss the degree, but I did miss having the actual education. I just thought it was possible. And I would say to myself regularly, I just knew this was true. I could have it all. I just had to figure out how. So I went to work trying to be, anybody did it, I could do it. And my husband had similar feelings. And so we just kind of went to work figuring out how to be successful in life, and just started reading books and squishing in a audio program here when we had a few minutes, and went to work just figuring out how it's done. And we did, and went from just way below the poverty level to our first million in about 15 years later. So
wow.
Amazing. And that was just the beginning. We had, and all the other things came too. I was able to maintain and in bigger quantities than I thought possible. I mean, I wanted certain things, and I got all 8 areas of life. I have all those in bigger quantities than I even dreamed of, and still working on it, of course. Nobody's arrived. I've not arrived, but I'm successful in all those 8 areas.
That's really interesting. And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you to write the book, Life Mastery, Personal Progression Towards an Infinite Potential?
Oh, that's a really good question. And it's probably different than a lot of people's answer. I learned these things. And as you learn something, people start to recognize that you got something. So then they were asking me to teach it. And and a few more years go by, and I'm speaking and I'm teaching. Then I started my business, which was a fitness and personal development business. I would be frequently asked or told, you should write a book. And I said, I'm not a writer. I'm a speaker. I'm not a writer. I don't need talent writing. I don't want to write. So you should be careful what you say. So 2019, I had the same thing. I spoke somewhere, I did a workshop, and some people said, you should write a book. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so, like I always do. And then my husband said, you really ought to write a book. And I was working with a client who was just loving the principles that I was teaching, because I still do one-on-one coaching. So I had this client I was working with, and he just was gobbling it up and just loved it. And he just was so passionate about it. He was encouraging me to write it. It just sort of came together. So, and then COVID hit, so I had a little more time. I don't know if I'd have made the time for it, but it actually came really quick. My husband said, "You didn't write this in 7 months. It took you 40 years to write it. I just put it in the book in 7 months." So it kind of flowed out of me. And I felt inspired, to be honest, Mike. I really felt like I was inspired to do it. When I got the book, I thought, "Oh, this is going to be bad." And it wasn't. It was really good. And I was like, "Who wrote this?"
I guess I kind of asked myself, why did I write this book, or who wrote the book, and how did I write the book? I asked myself the same thing, or even where, what, or when. You got to fill in the other ones.
Somebody will say, "You're going to write another one." I'm like, "No, every single thing I know is in that book." Guys, I'm too old to start a career just on books, based on books. So,
and I also thought about this question as well, too, since you got into writing. And who are some of your favorite writers growing up? And what are some of your favorite books you enjoyed reading growing up?
I did a lot of fiction growing up and as a child, but as an adult, I and still do really love the personal development genre. So some of the ones that have been influential for me in this has been Zig Ziglar. It's the first book I read, Zig Ziglar, See at the Top. And Jim Rohn has been huge for me. I listen to him mostly. Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, of course, influences everybody. One that really was particularly influential for me was Wayne Dyer. I love his stuff, especially the earlier stuff. So those are kind of people. Hiram Smith wrote a book that influenced me a lot. I've read, I can't know, hundreds of those. So that's what I think has influenced me the most, and been still my favorite. Just read a great one by John Acuff called Soundtracks. And it was just perfect for some of the clients I was working with right then. And I gained some things out of that too. You've just got to keep learning these things, just always. I have a passion for it.
And then how about one of the books as well, too, very popular, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Yes,
that's an excellent book.
Read that every year. It's an excellent book. If we all read that book every year, we'd have peace on earth.
Well, Dale Carnegie, I'm sure, is blessing you right now with that. So
yeah.
And we'll talk more about the book, Life Mastery, Personal Progression Towards an Infinite Potential by Sherry Sterling Fernandez in just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Full of Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs, huh? Well, the holidays are coming, and what better time to give a gift for remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever you get for Grandma's recipes or just because, little smiles and tears will just melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw, Picture This Photo Books at 646-798-0809. That's 646-798-0809. Or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books. Bring your memories back to life. The whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show on over 30 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And check out the great merchandise at themikewagnershow.com. Also on Amazon under the Mike Wagner Show podcast, t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and a lot more. Makes great gifts 24/7, 365, including the holiday season. And Don't forget to check out the Me and Molson Zia store on Amazon for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles, and also great merchandise like t-shirts, hoodies, pop sockets, and a lot more. Amazon.com/Me and Molson Zia. Check out the Me and Molson Zia store today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and also the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with the author of the great book, Life Mastery, Personal Progression Towards an Infinite Potential, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And also you had, take a look at your book here for a minute. I guess it just asks these basic questions: why, what, and how. So I guess you just start with the first part. The first question is, what is your why?
The why universally, why should we progress? And that's because that's what makes us happy. We're not happy when we're stagnant, and there's no such thing as a status quo anyway. We're always either slipping back or moving forward. Nobody's happy when they're sliding back, but we are happy when we move forward. And we have this divine, infinite sort of potential. We'll never arrive in this life, but as we inch towards it, we just have to barely inch towards it as long as we're trying, and we can enjoy a happy lifestyle. And the happiness comes from the progression, not from arriving, because again, we don't ever arrive there. So that's one why. There's a couple others in the books I list. If you have a mission, we all have a mission on this life to make it a better world. And I have my clients do a big dream list. So I suggest that in the book, make a big dream list. So we only have this one life. Let's just make sure we do as many big things and fun things as we can, and to become a certain kind of person. Those are all good whys, and people have their own individual whys.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and what would you say your whys are?
I learned that about being happy early. I've always just, again, going back to wanting everything. It's not that I wanted like greedy. I just wanted this life to be the best it could possibly be. And so I wanted to find out how to do that. And I found out how to do that. And so I continue to do those same skills that I teach, because my why is I want everything. I want every experience, every good thing, even the bad experiences. I want to live life as fully as I can. I want every little bit of it to be just as grand as I can. And even the painful is part of the experience. But I want all to be just great. I hope everybody just wants everything that life has to offer.
And of course, many of us have our whys as well, too. And of course, I've got mine. I'll tell you more about off the air and everything. Of course, after we figure out our why, then there is the what. And of course, it just needs focus, attention. And after the why, tell us about the what.
Yeah. So, when I was reading these books, and you get a lot of motivation, the Zig Ziglars and the Jim Rohns and all these people are very motivating. But often I went away like, okay, well, what do I know how to do? They touch on the what. I could figure out my own what, but with time I realized that what, it can't just be one thing. It can't just be, I want to be successful in business and make $1 billion, because it can cost you too much. You're not really happy. It's not real happiness unless it's well-rounded. So there's 8 areas and I just, in the book, I just make a few suggestions about some things to think about to make sure that you're well-rounded. Like, what are your relationships like? Money, finances, lifestyle, character, physical, of course, spiritual, all of these things, educational, they all need some attention, or it's not real progress. So that's your what, 8 areas that we focus on. And there we have on the website, there's a assessment that you can do. It's free. You just sign up and take it. That helps you see how balanced your life really is. Make sure. I have clients all the time that come in, they think, oh, this area I'm really strong at. Well, they have strong feelings in that area, but not doing anything, like maybe their family. So this assessment can help you figure out the what, where I need to work, what I need to do.
Mm-hmm. And of course, after you accomplish the what, and for accomplishing the why, or I got it backwards, why and what, and then there's the how. It's like, tell us, how do we get to the how?
Yeah. My favorite thing about Life Mastery, the thing I just really, really wanted to create, is you can find a lot of motivational books, better than mine, I'm sure. You might be able to find your why on your own, or maybe some of those motivational things. But what I always lacked was the how. I would be all fired up. I'd go to a seminar, or hear somebody speak, a motivational event. Like, I'm ready to go, but I don't know what to do exactly. Like, how do I do it? So in part 3, it's just how. And I fear that it might be the most boring section in the fact that it's the nuts and bolts, but it tells you how to track your goals. If you don't measure, if you don't have a system, it's about systems. Mm-hmm. You got to have a good system. There's 3 systems in there. If you don't have a system you're not going to make you're going to forget about the goal. You're like a New Year's resolution. You have this great goal. And the reason they fail, New Year's resolutions or other goals, for most people isn't because they're weak. It's because life is busy and you get distracted from it because you don't have a good system. You have a good system. You just plug the things you have to do into the system and you work your system every day and the things happen. And so those are 3 systems in there. There's tracking. There's how to do effective affirmations to help affect who you are. And then there's what I call satisfaction checklist, where we can check all the, keep a list of all the things that we want to accomplish in every 90 days. And anyway, so it's about how to make your dreams come true. The actual work.
You also listed roadblocks and opportunities as well, too, in one of the chapters as well, too. Give us some of the example of roadblocks, opportunities, and how do you manage to overcome these and get your opportunities?
Yes, they say if there's a road doesn't have any, what do they say? There's no obstacles, it doesn't go anywhere. There's always going to be obstacles, and it's part of the journey. And I wanted to include that at the end because you can paint this glowing picture if you do this, if you put in your use your affirmations, you use your tracking sheet, things will happen. They will happen. That doesn't mean everything's going to go smoothly. And so I saved that for the very last chapter, just to say, it's not going to go smoothly, but it's all how it's supposed to be. The roadblocks are opportunities. You just stay on the path. I have a client who's just had a personal crisis in his life. And so we're working through that. It's a separation, marriage, falling apart. Okay, how do you get through that? Well, how you get through it is you stay on your program. You keep doing your tracking sheet. You keep doing your affirmation. Keep moving forward. That's the quickest way through. But I wanted to save that towards the end so that I didn't leave people just thinking there was just going to be it's going to be obstacles. Like if you don't think there's going to be obstacles, you're not living in the real world. It's okay because we learn the most.
You can blame social media for that.
Yeah.
They always create the perfect ones. Blame social media.
Yeah, blame social media causes all my problems. Right. It does cause a few. Not if you stay off of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And also too, is there anything else you wanted to add as well too about the book? We cover the whys, we cover the whats, we cover the hows, and also some of the other sections, and maybe just a couple more things you want to add that you want our listeners or viewers to know about.
I think mostly what I'd like the listeners to know is that it's so worth it. Is it take a little more effort to fill out a tracking sheet every month and to get off the couch and go work out instead of binge watch Netflix or whatever it is? Yeah, it takes a little more effort, but it's worth it. And I think I might add this other thing too. It's all about habits. It's about your success is about the daily habits. We have to have the why so we feel motivated to do the daily work. Mm-hmm. But success is just success is good habits, failure is bad habits. I mean, it's that simple. So developing those habits is kind of a joyful journey. So it helps us become who we are. And then we track the success towards us. So yeah, it takes a little bit more effort, but how do you feel when you've done something hard, when you got your workout in? It feels way better than having just watched another bad movie, or another series of something, or spend an hour on social media. You feel better when you're moving forward. You're happier. If we could just remember that before we make those decisions, but it's all worth it. It's just the effort that it takes to progress. It's not just because of the rewards that come. I live in a beautiful home. I have a healthy body. I've got a great marriage. I have all those things, and those are great. But what really makes it worth it is the journey, the progress to do that.
And then how people get a hold of you to get a consultation, assessment, or anything like that. How do people get a hold of you?
You can, our website is lifemasteryinfo.com. So lifemasteryinfo.com. You can email me at sherry@lifemasteryinfo.com. Of course, I'm very accessible. If you'd like to consider a consultation, that's pretty easy to arrange. We have free downloads. We have the assessments of free download. We have tracking sheets for tracking your goals and instructions on how to use those are also in the book, of course. Those are on the website. We have a reading list on the website. So those are all free. And I've made those free for years and years, especially the tracking sheets, because my clients, they're so useful and they are so helpful to help people be successful that I hand them out freely, have done that for years. So there's no strings attached, except we have to have your email.
Right. And of course, that's always free too. You can get on Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, Outlook, whatever. And where can people find the book, Life Mastery, Personal Progression Towards an Infinite Potential? Where can we find that?
The book is available on Amazon, of course, because if it's not on Amazon, it doesn't exist, right? So it's on Amazon. The hardback copy is also available on the website, and you can get an autographed copy for the same price as you can get the hardback on Amazon, about more or less, and we can ship that to you. So that's available, hardback copy, autographed on the website, and the ebook, the paperback, and the hardback is all available on Amazon, and we'll have an audio book here. I hope in about it should be just a few weeks. We should have an audio book.
We're certainly looking forward to it, Sherry. And we're here with author Sherry Sterling Fernandez on the Mike Wagner Show with Life Mastery, Personal Progression Towards an Infinite Potential. And what's coming up for Sherry in 2021 beyond? We'll find out just 1 minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Molson's The of Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Also brought to you by Picture This Full Books. Remembering is a key ingredient. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. We'll be back with author Sherry Sterling Fernandez after this time. This edition of the Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is a key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of Grandma's recipes, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bringing your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionsea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with author Sherry Sterling Fernandez of the Mike Wagner Show with Life Mastery, Personal Progression Towards an Infinite Potential. Just an amazing story, and feeling happy, Ray, figuring out the whys and whats and everything else. I mean, it's just a great story as well too. And Sherry, what else can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond?
This book, I told you, I felt inspired, and I feel like it needs to be in people's hands. I have a great life, and we have lots of fun, and we travel a ton. I don't really need more work to do, but I feel really called to make sure that I get this into people's hands. So I expect that they'll find some new ways to do that, and I'll continue speaking and mentoring, of course, because that's just how I roll. One thing, you asked me that question. I had a great interview with one of the interviewer was a psychic, and he predicted that I'd be on a book tour and travel a lot next year. And I thought, he's right. I know that's true. I believe that that's true. So I think that's what's in my future for sure. I think he's on to something. I'm going to be doing the book tour in addition to the media tour that I'm doing now, and speaking and traveling with the book.
Wow, that is amazing! And wish you all the best in the journey, and make sure he's right on this one too. So that's got to be something. and who do you consider biggest influence in the career, Sherry?
I was growing up, I went to like 13 schools. I mean, I moved all the time, so there was not really anybody at the crossroads. So next to God himself would be my husband, because he thinks like I do. We think big, and he's wise. And when he gives me advice, it's always accurate. He stays out of my way mostly. He doesn't get in the way. But when it's time, when I need a course correction, he's always been there. When I need advice, he's always there. And his advice is always the best I can find. I know it sounds like maybe I have a bias, but he really is truly the key to my success, I think, and the wisest person I know. So he's had the most influence over me.
Mm-hmm. And very well as too. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Get on this journey. Try to grow. Don't try. Do. Grow forward every day. Every day is just a blessing. It's all a privilege. Somebody says both the miserable and the misery and the happiness it's all a privilege. It's a privilege. Just make every day the best you can make it. The journey is worth it. The effort to move forward is worth it.
Mm-hmm. And very worth it as well too. Once again, author Sherry Sterling Fernandez of Life Mastery, Personal Progression Towards an Infinite Potential, The Mike Wagner Show. And you can check the book on Amazon, her website as well. Sherry, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back in 2021 and beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out the book?
You can find us at lifemasteryinfo.com. You can find the book on Amazon, of course, and we have it in all three versions, ebook, hardback, and paperback. And watch for the audiobook. Should be coming out in, I think, about a month.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Sherry, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back in 2021 and beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely terrific, and we wish you all the best, especially on your book tour.
Thank you, Mike. It's been a pleasure to be on your show. Thank you so much for having me.
Picture this photo books, where remembering is the key ingredient. Preserving memories, keeping the memories of your loved ones alive as they reach in and touch your heart. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whether it's a gift of past holidays, grandma's recipes, long ago moments, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809. Once again, that's 646-798-0809. Or visit picturethisphotobooks.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.